broadcast may contain reality. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, fam. This is What's Going On, where we question everything because, frankly, the official answers are starting to smell like a military burn pit. I'm your host, Juel Claxton, and before we dive into this rabbit hole, I need a quick favor, guys. As you may know, this show is 100% independent, with no corporate overlords. Because of that, we're dealing with heavy platform restrictions and a reach that looks more like a crawl. If you value these raw conversations, consider tossing $5 or $10 into the hat. It keeps the lights on, guys, the mic hot, and most critically, me bringing you the truth live and center each and every week. So cash at me at $JewelNice006, or you can email me at JewelMcQueen36@gmail.com. And if you can't donate right now, I get it. The next best thing you can do is share this podcast with someone who needs to hear it. Break the algorithm, guys. Now, let's get into the news. Starting with local and national news. Breaking the state of chaos. All right, folks. Welcome back to another episode of What's Going On, because right now the answer is a whole darn lot. Let's start with the controlled collapse in the United States, where apparently the government is running on low battery mode. The Department of Homeland Security shutdown has now entered month number 2. March 13th was the day TSA officers realized their paychecks were as imaginary as a politician's promise. Yes, the same people who are responsible for making sure you don't bring a shampoo bottle larger than a Capri Sun onto the plane are currently working without pay, guys. And now airports are literally collecting donations for TSA workers. Nothing says global superpower like passing a hat around the security line. Sir, before you remove your shoes, would you like to donate to the guy asking you to remove your shoes? Meanwhile, gas prices are climbing thanks to tensions overseas and Operation Epic Fury. Trump confirmed we leveled Karg Island. Iran's supreme leader reportedly gone. His son stepped up, and his first move was to say, no woe for you guys. 20% of the world's supply is sitting behind a blockade, which means your tax refund might last approximately 4.5 minutes at the pump. And breaking news. Experts confirm that the average American now spends more time comparing gas prices than choosing a life partner. Which leads us to our first commercial break, guys. Today's episode is brought to you by Breaking News Fatigue. Feeling overwhelmed by 47 global crises before breakfast? Try Breaking News Fatigue. Side effects include turning off notifications, staring at the ceiling, saying, wow, that's crazy, without reading the article. Breaking news fatigue, because sometimes ignorance really is self-care. Which brings us to international news, guys. Now let's move to the international situation, which currently feels like the world's almost dangerous chess game, and we're the pawns getting knocked off the board for a nickel. The United States and Iran are now in open conflict following Operation Epic Fury. Yes, guys, I'm not making it up. That's the actual name, so don't come for me. But When military operations start sounding like Marvel movie titles, you know things are getting serious. A major bombing raid targeted Karg Island, one of Iran's key oil hubs. Meanwhile, reports claim the death of Iran's supreme leader, followed by his son stepping in as the new leader, with his first message blocking oil transit throughout the Strait of Hormuz, which, for those who follow global economics, is basically like pinching the world's gasoline artery. And the ripple effects are already hitting global markets. Meanwhile, Russia has decided this is the perfect time to escalate attacks in Ukraine because apparently geopolitics operates on the rule of, while everyone is looking over there, let's do something over here. And in Europe, authorities are investigating a series of anti-Semitic incidents, including an explosion at a Jewish school in Amsterdam. So yes, tensions worldwide are rising. But don't worry, the internet is still arguing about pineapple on pizza. So humanity remains consistent. Which brings us to our second commercial break. Truth Seeker vitamins. Are the chemtrails making your brain feel like wet bread? Try Clarity C. It's 100% non-GMO, non-government sanctioned, and probably illegal in 3 states. Use code Juel for 10% off. Clarity C. And that brings us right into economy news and science, guys. Speaking of gas prices, the global energy crisis is heating up. Oil prices surged, as we know. Roughly 20% of the world's supply flows straight through Hormuz. Again, block that. And suddenly, everyone starts remembering how much they love bicycles. Meanwhile, world leaders gathered in Paris for the 2026 Nuclear Energy Summit to discuss energy security. Translation, we need electricity, and we need it yesterday. Also, in science news, we had a total lunar eclipse earlier this month, visible across much of the planet, which led millions of people to step outside and say the same thing. Wow, that's cool. And then immediately go back inside to look at it on their phones. And that brings us to the weather, guys. Not so natural disasters. Now let's talk about weather, because Mother Nature appears to be running multiple seasons simultaneously. Let's talk about the sky falling, for one. We've got an EF3 tornado in Indiana, 136 mile per hour winds, and a historic blizzard hitting Minnesota. 30 inches of snow in mid-March. But wait, California and Arizona are sitting in a heat dome, hitting 109 degrees Fahrenheit. Atlanta tied a record high of 82 degrees Fahrenheit on March 11th, and then dropped to the 50s in 24 hours. That's not a cold front, folks. That's the Earth thermostat being played with like a fidget spinner. And keep your eyes on the doomsday fish, guys. Oarfish are washing up in Mexico and California. Ancient legend says they bring earthquakes. So, to recap, Midwest, blizzard. Southwest, summer. Southeast, hot yesterday, cold today. And Hawaii, well, they're flooding. At this point, the weather forecast just says, surprise, I'd purchase water if I were you. And that brings us to my favorite segment, the travel news. The TSA staffing crisis means security lines could reach 3 hours at major airports. 3 hours. That's not a security line. That's a part-time job. Meanwhile, airlines are issuing travel waivers due to severe storms, and some international flights to the Middle East remain canceled due to ongoing conflict. Also, Airfare may spike because jet fuel prices, they're up 50%, which means the dream vacation you planned might now become, well, a dream staycation. But there is good news. The Global Entry Program has resumed operations. So if you haven't, congratulations. You can now bypass the line of people who didn't remove their laptops fast enough. And that brings us to another commercial break. This episode is sponsored by Airport Security Bingo. Play along while waiting in TSA lines. Squares include someone arguing about liquids, someone forgetting to remove their laptop, a suitcase filled entirely with snacks, someone yelling, "This is medicinal shampoo!" Airport Security Bingo, turning travel delays into family entertainment since 2026.
Are you tired of booking trips that look like the brochure, but feel like a group project gone wrong? You, at the airport. Gate changed, middle seat, crying toddler doing vocal warm-ups. Absolutely not. Welcome to Juel's VIP travel business, where we don't do basic. We do boarding passes with boundaries. You want luxury? We got it. You want curated experiences? Done. You want to stop traveling like you lost a bet? Say less. Whether it's tropical beaches, grown and glam girls trips, couples escapes, or I need to disappear for 5 days and come back healed on vacations, we plan it with style. Because listen, there's a difference between I booked a trip and I experienced a moment, and we are in the moment business. No random layovers in cities you can't pronounce. No hotels that look like they were renovated in 1987. No stress. We handle the details. You handle the selfies. Passport stamped, skin glowing, enemies confused. This isn't just travel. This is elevation with a boarding pass. Book with Juel's VIP travel business. Because if you're going to leave the country, leave correctly. Where luxury meets, I deserve this.
And now we're rolling right into health news. This week is busy. The World Health Organization reports over 1,300 deaths in Iran linked to the ongoing conflict and 100 more casualties in Lebanon. Meanwhile, in the U.S., the CDC reported over 1,300 measles cases across 31 jurisdictions, making it one of the largest outbreaks since 2000. Health officials say vaccination rates in some communities have dropped dramatically. Also spreading rapidly in California is HMPV. Symptoms include cough, fever, congestion, shortness of breath. Basically the same symptoms you get after reading too many news headlines, if you ask me. But there is some positive medical news, guys. Researchers are exploring stem cells from wisdom teeth that may help regenerate brain and heart tissue. So the teeth your dentist used to throw away may soon be worth more than crypto. Scientists now say wisdom teeth are medical gold. They've got stem cells that can regenerate your brain and heart, and all this time we were throwing them in the trash or giving them to the tooth fairy? Better yet, who's the tooth fairy really working for, guys? Huh? Think about it. Just something to think about. And with that said, it is time for a poll break. All right. You know what time it is, guys. It's poll time. This week, we asked our listeners, have you ever noticed suspicious patterns or felt targeted by your community? And the results came back very interesting. 70% of you said, yes, I've noticed something, which means most of you are walking around like, hold up, that same car has driven past my house 3 times. What's really going on? Congratulations! The observation squad has entered the chat. And 5% said maybe it's hard to tell. There are the cautious investigators here in the building, but the people are saying, let me collect more data before I accuse the mailman of espionage. I hear you, because, some people's mails are mysteriously turning up missing. But that's a topic for TI Tuesday.